which ties into some of this conversation, which is Xbox Game Pass style subscriptions are bad for the business and turn developers into wage slaves. So says Sean Layden.
Man, coming out with hot takes 24/7.
I mean, yeah, he was not. This was come on, IGN. This is I forget. Is this the guy that just left? But that last left?
No, that's this is the guy. So
I forget the name of the guy who just left because he was.
That's Jim Ryan. That's the guy who did a terrible job.
Yeah.
Sean Layden's the guy who did a great job, which maybe the industry should listen to him. It's just like, yeah, I was the one who ran the entire PS4. You're like, all right, maybe we should listen to you.
I mean, okay, well, the complicated feelings about the PS4 era, let me tell you. But
it was like, it was a very safe era, but it was just like, it did well. It was priced well. It was positioned well. They made some good choices.
There's something to be said for like, okay, they didn't go crazy, but like you didn't need to go crazy. Just make the game console and put good games on it. Literally the requirement. That's it. It's
like, I feel like in the game industry has so many people who are like trying to like go above and beyond and doing crazy shit, and it doesn't pan out. And you have guys like this and Nintendo and like From Software being like, if you make it a good video game, people buy it.
I understand like marketing plays a role. There are outside factors that can play a role. And, yeah, I'm trying to not invoke Xbox's name while discussing these things because we've done that enough on this podcast. But we do have to talk about it a little bit for Game Pass.
We must beat the dead horse's bones into dust.
Jesus, no.
But going back to the issue of game prices and like trying to get money in other ways, like this was both trying to get an edge over PlayStation because Xbox put themselves in a hole, so they had to do something crazy to try and like, or at least they felt they had to do something crazy to get ahead.
They needed to flip the table. Like they realized they were just screwed. Like that, even even if every single game that came out during that era wasn't like hit or miss, like you'd have a big hit like Ori and the Blind Forest, and then an abject failure like Recore. Like even if you like turn all those like failures or mediocre games into hits, I don't think it turned around. So they needed to do something that would get like people really into the ecosystem and invested and like be excited.
And it's responding to the cost of games and people's sensitivity to it.
Yeah, like, back then, $60 a game still, like, even when the economy was good, that wasn't exactly cheap.
That's the thing. We're talking about like the pushing to $70 and $80. When it was $60, people were like, "Hell yeah, Game Pass!" Jesus.
Yeah, well, and back then, Game Pass was only $10.
Right.
So,
yep.
If you're on PC, it's still only $12. But like, if you want Game Pass Ultimate, like that does your console and everything, like it's $20. So it's like I get it. Like I get the So but Sean Layden has some things to say about Game Pass and it being the quote Netflix of video games. I'm not a big supporter of the Netflix of gaming idea. I think it's a danger. I mean, look what happened to music. In the popular mind, music costs nothing. Music should be free. Spotify, what is that? It's $15 a month or something, but virtually no one buys music anymore. What's true? I think that Phoebe and I are weird because we buy vinyl,
right?
Like that. Like that's like we buy vinyl. Like, but how many people do you know that actually buy music? When was the last time someone bought music?
I know a friend who does the vinyl collection thing.
I have a friend that does the vinyl collection too.
I buy the occasional vinyl until my record player broke. So I gotta figure that out.
And good record players are expensive, dog.
Right.
Holy
I dug mine
shit.
out of a dumpster. Someone threw away a perfectly working wood paneled
record
player in the dumpster. I was like, I'm taking this, and it worked. So I'm glad I got some life out of it. But yeah, so I bought a few vinyls, and then I bought a few albums off Bandcamp, and that's like the other way to support musicians in this era beyond merch.
Yeah, like like in my case, like I bought like when I go to concerts, and I'll occasionally like buy CDs.
Yeah,
you know, like I'll still buy CDs if they don't have a vinyl option.
Yeah.
But that's like that's it.
I'm somewhat in a CD shopping mood myself because I have a CD player in my car and I just want to throw something in. You have my driving soundtrack, but you got to go find CDs.
See see like my I have one of those like aux Bluetooth converters for my car, so like I just listen to show.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? Like, and yeah, you don't. And okay, so the method itself of making these things, you know, quote unquote free, like free for music, but like, you know, part of a subscription pass for Game Pass likes. Theoretically, the system can work, but you have to have people who aren't about making as much money as possible at the helm, which is never going to be the case.
Yeah, like the people who invest in that, and yeah, like and you know, Spotify and Apple, like Spotify is actually one of the worst for artists making music. Apple Music is like legitimately a lot better for the artist. So like that's good at least.
It's better. Yeah, better is better like, better is better than not better. But that is the podcast title right there.
Better is better than not better. Better. Yeah, so you know, it basically the amount of money earned per 1,000 streams for Spotify, it's about $3. So if 1,000 people stream your song, you make $3. For YouTube, it's about $4.80. TikTok, it's 50 cents.
Yeah.
Apple Music, Apple Music is $6.20. Surprisingly, Amazon is number one, $8.80.
Where's Tidal? Or is Tidal just a place to buy the music straight up?
Tidal's actually number two. It's $6.80.
Okay.
So this makes me feel marginally better about using Apple Music.
Yes. It's not like what they should be getting based on what they've done before, but like it's still like if you're going to be a part of that system, then yeah, Apple Music seems like the way to go. And then like you should just leave Spotify anyway because their CEO is starting up a weapons manufacturing company.
Yeah,
they're putting AI artists and then putting them in dead musicians' names. It's bad out there.
So there's something really interesting at Apple Music. I think in like legitimately every way except Discovery, it's better than Spotify.
I believe it.
Like it has lossless audio quality. Like it has Atmos support if you have the sound system for it. The way you make playlists and handle your collection is better. It's just like literally the social tools and the Discovery are all worse. Like
I don't care about the social tools, but Discovery, that's a little rough. But the Discovery wasn't amazing on Spotify.
Yes, I agree with that. But like Apple Music, it's just like if I throw on like I Don't Want to Stop by Ozzy and tell it, find me new stuff like this, it'll typically just find you the most obvious answers.
Right. Which,
like let's see. All right. Yeah, the next song they shows me is Hellraiser by Ozzy, and then YYZ by Rush, and then Radio Gaga by Queen.
It's my greatest test of when Discovery starts working is I play My Chemical Romance and then find me stuff that sounds like this, and then they play me fucking Hawthorne Heights. I'm like, nope. You lumped it in with the genre. That's fine. But there's a specific sound quality to My Chem I want you to find. If they gave me Fall Out Boy, I'd be like, I don't like Fall Out Boy, but I understand why you did it. But if you just give me some mid 2000s emo bands, like you just picked a genre.
What we'll run this test right now in Apple Music.
Okay.
What My Chemical Romance song do you want me to do?
Let's do House of Wolves.
Oh.
Which is
That's good.
It's a very interesting song.
It's definitely not in their most listened to songs on
but it's
Apple Music.
Part of that amazing album.
All right, so oh god damn it, it's gonna fucking show me the rest of the album. No, there we go. There we go. All right, so this is what it made as a quickie playlist, because when you all right, so you'll listen to House of Wolves.
Okay.
And it'll go into When I Come Around by Green Day.
Okay. Already.
It'll go into Buddy Holly by Weezer.
Okay. All right.
It'll go to Teenagers by My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, well, that same album.
Okay.
Karma Police by Radiohead.
Huh. Okay.
Veins by Frank Iero and it cuts off.
That's
sorry, too long for the
guitarist from My Chemical Romance. So yeah.
Yeah.
Circles by Pierce the Veil.
Huh. Okay. Yeah.
Sleepwalking by Bring Me the Horizon.
It's actually kind of okay. Yeah. One more.
The Only Exception by Paramore.
Yeah. All right. It's a little all over the place there. We got some 90s pop punk. We got some that's interesting. Not what I was going for, but it seems like it's
we need to have a chat with Apple Music. God damn.
It seems like they went like demographics of people who listen to this. Well, even for My Chemical Romance, that would be like that wouldn't even work either. So maybe it took your demographics of millennial male listening to this and then said you would like this. That would make sense.
Well, the thing is though, is like if you look at like my recently added albums to my like library, it is outside of Ozzy, and even then that's a very loose comparison. I don't really have anything like MCR in my library recently, especially.
Right.
Like there's a little bit of Fall Out Boy, and like that's it. So it's like I guess it's trying to do its best. It's like I don't fucking know. I guess Green Day's close, right?
That's very funny. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they haven't cracked that nut yet.
Yeah.
And this goes back to Discovery, where it's like it's labeling, it's recommending the biggest bands still. Like I recognize all those acts, and it's like, yep.
Yeah. You know.
Emily, you have a look on your face. What's up?
While we're doing this, I tested the theory with YouTube Music.
All right.
All right. This is another one.
Okay.
All right.
If I go into autoplay, so this is like
it's gonna make you a playlist. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm Not Okay by My Chem.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Given Up by Linkin Park.
Okay.
Okay.
Fat Lip by Sum 41.
Okay.
Face Down by Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Helena,
I know for a fact YouTube recommends off previous listening.
Here,
I know because
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Emily, give me a few more.
Misery Business by Paramore.
Yeah.
The Kill, 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah.
Okay.
American Idiot by Green Day.
Yep. This is off that era and that genre and surrounding genres.
See, in my case, like what YouTube does is it'll give me like I'll listen to like Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters, and it'll give me a couple more songs from that. But then it'll just default to stuff I've liked in the past, like Old Gods of Asgard,
right?
Or like fucking June, or Cyberpunk, or Ninja Sex Party. So like it's
yep.
All right.
Two more.
All right.
Yeah, two more. That's it.
From the Black Parade album, Teenagers.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
And Last Resort by Papa Roach.
Okay.
Every time.
That hurts me, but I feel like My Chemical Romance and Papa Roach is not as far as I'd like it to be.
The real funny part there, every time I think of Papa Roach, I think of Mega Salt too.
of the time, man. That's what it was.
Oh God.
All right, well let's get this a little bit more back on track.
Well, we were talking about Netflix of gaming and all of that.
So sorry for the tangent, everybody.
Game Pass.
We love our tangents. What can we say?
So I remember we got on the bandwagon of Game Pass because it's like, I can see how you can make this work. And then over time, it became like, I feel like you guys did not run the numbers correctly when you plotted this out.
I think they ran the numbers correctly. I think they didn't get enough subs. They said, I believe they said, or the leaks have come out to say that I think they needed over 100 million to or around 100 million to make this profitable and be a good endeavor, similar to Netflix. And they've been hanging around 35, 40 million for 2-3 years now.
So which then explains the everything is an Xbox strategy.
Yes,
they are. Oh man, I just don't know, dude. I think I don't want to get deep into Xbox strategy again. Just like, I don't know, you guys. That's all I'll say on that. I understand why you're doing it. It's just
fair. I think absolutely fair.
He says, I'm not a big supporter of the Netflix gaming idea. I think it's a danger with having music, and says the problem with gaming is all we have is launch. That's it. No one wants to pay money to come into the studio and watch people code. Which fair. He says, there's been a lot of debate over how profitable Game Pass is. Is Game Pass profitable? Is it not profitable? What does that mean? That's not really my question to ask anyway. You can do all kinds of financial jiggery and pokery for any sort of corporate service to make it look profitable if you want to. You take enough costs out and say that's off the balance sheet. Oh, look, it's profitable now. The real for me is on Game Pass is it healthy for developers?
Right.
They're not creating value, putting it into the marketplace, hoping it explodes in profit sharing and overages and all that nice stuff. It's just, you pay me X dollars an hour, I built you a game, here, put it on your servers. I don't think that's really inspiring for a developer. Which, to be fair, I get that.
But that's the thing about, for me, I'm talking about when I say like it didn't run the numbers correctly, like I'm also talking about these devs need to be it needs to be worth their while what they're doing here in order to just like, hey, Game Pass worked out great for us. This is fantastic. Like you Xbox is Microsoft. You can eat the cost of just eat the cost for a while and then build word of mouth of like, the devs are getting paid and let's get this thing going,
So, here is all right. So I get all right. My thing with that is I think you're looking at the cost of like, yes, Microsoft can eat that, and then I think the way Microsoft sees it as like a service, like, well, I mean, you get a bunch of free advertising, which that's had mixed results on Game Pass. You've had some developers coming out and saying like, oh yeah, no, like the word of mouth through Game Pass caused a shit ton of sales for this game on other platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And then the opposite, where they're like, oh yeah, we fucked up by putting it on Game Pass.
Exactly.
Real bad.
Yep.
So I think that it's a very game by game basis.
Well, you need to make sure it works out for the developers, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, and I think that they have to pay enough to make that worthwhile.
Exactly.
Which do they? I don't know. We've never gotten those financials released.
They don't like to let those out.
And knowing Microsoft, there's probably a really meaty NDA there.
Yep.
So as someone who worked there, they probably have a pretty meaty NDA.
Has Sony talked about their whole plan with their service somewhat like Game Pass?
They have. They said that they have no intention of doing day one releases outside of an odd one here or there. Mm-hmm. And I think that, and I think that's fine. I actually think that's the smart way to do it, because most video games make all their money on the front end anyway.
I'm just wondering if devs have talked about their compensation for having their game on that service.
That's a good question.
We haven't come across those stories if they have.
I just think that PlayStation Plus Premium isn't in the spotlight because of that exact reason of its older games. If anything, they probably are making money off of it because it's like, oh, well, we're getting, let's say it's like, I imagine, knowing Sony, Microsoft, and the way the industry works is like, it's probably based on the amount of downloads.
Right.
And like, oh, hey man, we made a bunch of extra money because a bunch of people downloaded this shit. Like because it's a 2-year-old game and we're not really making much money off of it anymore anyway.
And this is all based off of PlayStation Plus. So I wonder if those stories have been written. It's just years old for PlayStation.
Well, yeah, and then that's another thing as well. Is like that, and then Microsoft folded Xbox Live into Game Pass now, so those numbers get even muddier. And it's like,
yeah, that's wild. They folded Xbox Live into Game Pass, and it's still less than half of the numbers they need.
Yeah, So it's like there's a whole bunch of questions here, and I personally, this month am moving off of Game Pass. Like, I unsubbed, and then they're like, if you stay for 2 extra weeks, we'll only charge you $1. And then I built a new computer, and I was like, crap, I actually do want to benchmark a bunch of games.
Right.
So I paid $1 to benchmark a bunch of games, then canceled the service immediately.
Fair.
Because I would actually like to, support the developers. Like, if Keeper is a total banger of a video game when it comes out later this year, the new Tim Schafer game, then I yes, exactly. Then I want to give them, the 50, 40, however much money that game is going to cost.
Yeah, and this goes back to, man, if we can make smaller games by smaller teams for smaller prices, I could afford to support more games and more developers directly than hope that the people running these Game Pass style services, compensate the developers appropriately and make this sustainable.
Speaking of another game that is under $70, Octopath Traveler 0, the new Octopath game, is also only $50.
Okay.
So,
which I was in Octopath Traveler. It's a cool art style.
It is. Those games are cool. I like them. I played the first one on Switch 1 when it came out.
All right.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
I think that and I think that that's what's gonna happen is you're still gonna have your big AAA. Your Battlefield is gonna be $70.
Right.
Your Outer Worlds, your Ninja Gaidens, those are gonna be $70. Your like GTA's will probably be $80. Your Zeldas will probably be $80. Your AA games like Octopath and Mafia and Clair Obscur will probably be $50. Maybe $40, sometimes $60, $40 to $60, and then your indie games are going to be $5 to $40.
And like there's going to be a wide like, all right, we'll see how the numbers work out.
Yep, and if it doesn't work out, they'll cut price. Like that's what's going to happen. Interesting enough, Gears Reloaded. Like, I'm actually interested in playing Gears with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would love to play a Gears campaign run with UM or with you, Aaron.
Yeah.
That game's only $40.
I mean, it's an older game.
It is a remake and a touch up of Gears 1.
Yeah.
But so
$40.
But yeah, like it's Split Fiction was $50 earlier this year. So you're already starting to see that happen.
Yeah.
I do think that eventually it's going to go the other way though, where like, Borderlands 4 is coming out this year, and it's like if you want the one with everything in it, the season pass, the season pass, the everything, it's $130.
Right. Yep.
So it's just like,
and there's conversation that continues to go around. Is GTA 6 going to be $100?
Probably.
I would not be shocked. It'd be funny. It'd be quite a controversy, but also it would be GTA 6. So
I'm gonna say it's gonna be 80, but then it's gonna have like a DLC for the online that like gives you a bunch of shark card credit or something, and that's gonna be 100.
You think they go online subscription for GTA Online?
They already have one for GTA 5. I don't know why they wouldn't for GTA 6.
I don't remember paying one for playing GTA Online.
You don't have to pay one. It's to give you extras.
Right. Like, I'm saying access.
Oh no, I don't think they do. It's too. I think that they'll continue giving you a carrot and not a stick to beat you with.
You never know. You never know with these companies, man.
That's true. That's true. But I think that in the case of Rockstar, they're smart enough to know that like, yeah, we can have you pay $5 to $10 a month, and then you will get like $500,000 of shark card money and some bonuses.
Yeah.
Rather than you paying to get in, especially because they know that the word of mouth is what carried GTA Online.
Right.
So
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's that. We just spent about roughly 50 minutes on Sean Layden giving some thoughts on the state of the industry, and yeah, I think we're just gonna have to wait and see how people spend their money as games of various sizes come out at various prices, and yeah, these services will keep going. So,
I think that you look at the most profitable games on all platforms. It's like long running live service games,
right?
You know.
Yep.
Anyway.